Hi, Peacock. I'm just trying to get some Burger King, and you just hanging out here. Because Florida. Hi. Oh, hi. I'm sorry, I'm having too much fun with this peacock. Although I do feel like he's about to try to come in this car. Matter of fact, okay. Okay, bye.
Hi friends, welcome to episode 112 of the Quirky Monday Craftcast. My name is Kalisha and you can find me anywhere online as Nadira Tani. I am coming to you today from my home in Central Florida, as per usual. And yeah, if you are a new viewer, welcome. I hope you enjoy your first time here. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me again today. We will just keep it rolling because I have some things that I want to show you. There's a pile of yarn here that I want to share with you. And hopefully I'm going to a farmer's market this evening, like a night market. Hopefully. Crossing all the fingers. But yeah, so first, let's do your bright spots. So, our first bright spot comes from Deborah. And Deborah says, bright spot. My brother who came to stay with me after having back surgery is doing well. He's moving into his new apartment today. Praise God. I commented on that, but it's so amazing. It's awesome to hear when someone has like a major surgery or something and that they're healing well and they're able to get back out on their own. That's really, really encouraging. So happy times for Deborah and her brother. The next bright spot is from Bruna. And Bruna says, bright spot. Entering a week of vacation. I wish. But, I mean, being that I just started this job like 2 months ago, I do not yet feel like I need a vacation, but I want a vacation. Yes. And our last bright spot comes from Pat. Pat says, one bright spot was this morning when I looked out and saw a little neighbor girl had set up a table at the end of their driveway and she was selling Girl Scout cookies. It didn't take me long to be out the front door and hot-footing it over there to get our Thin Mint cookie fix. I commented on that one as well and said that I really like Thin Mints also. And I've purchased cookies from 2 different Girl Scouts this season, and both of them were sold out of Thin Mints when I got to them. So I was a little bit sad, but it's okay because there's always next time or whatever. But yeah, no Thin Mints for me. Random fun fact about Kalisha. I dated this guy once who Thin Mint was one of his nicknames for me. He also called me Olive Oil, like Popeye's girlfriend. These are the nicknames you get when you're skinny. But those are our bright spots for the week. So if you would like me to share a bright spot, which is like a positive moment or something good that happened or something that you want to share like that, you can leave it in a comment and just let me know that that's a bright spot. A lot of you also said that I was your bright spot last week, which just, it made me feel so good. It made me feel like I am doing a good thing in this space, you know? And I just hope that I can continue being a bright spot to you guys. I hope that I can continue bringing like a moment of joy or laughter or thoughtfulness or inspiration or anything like that. I'm very, very glad that I could be a source of positivity for you guys, because that is one of my huge major goals with this craftcast, is to not only like show you pretty things that I make, but also be a source of positivity, because there are way too many sources of negativity, if you ask me. So, next bits of admin. At the beginning of February, one of my friends and I participated in the Out of the Darkness Suicide Awareness Walk, and we were raising money for suicide awareness. There has been a link in the down bar of these videos for the whole month, but I have routinely been forgetting to tell you guys it's there. So if you would like to donate towards the suicide awareness walk that I participated in, it's hosted by the AFSP, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, I think it is, AFSP. There's a link to the site where you can download, you can donate to if you would like to. I don't think that I posted pictures on the podcast of like pictures or videos that I did while we did the walk. I did post them over on Instagram, so if you follow me over there, you probably saw them. But one of the things that I specifically wanted to do when we participated in the Suicide Awareness Walk was to honor any loved ones that we as a Quirky Monday family have lost to suicide. And quite a few of you left comments or sent me messages with the names of people that you wanted to have honored. And I was able to write them all on like a list and put it up on their honor wall just to, bring their names with me. So I'm glad that I was able to do that for you guys. I'm going to try to tack on some pictures and video at the end of this. If not, you can definitely see the pictures and the videos, everything that I posted over on Instagram. And I think the fundraising for that goes into March. I will double check and like fact check myself if that's wrong. But I know it goes through February. So there's a couple more days on that if you would like to donate. Yeah. There are two last things for admin. The first is that the Pisces season make-along is in full swing. I have been pretty excited seeing people like popping up project ideas that they want to do, yarn that they want to work with, projects that they are currently working on, like works in progress that they're doing that fit into the theme. So the Pisces season make-along, if you are unaware, is a make-along that I'm hosting. This is the second time that we've done it, so it is going to be annual. Woo-woo. But Pisces season runs from February 19th. Yes, February 19th to March 20th. And so within those dates, you can make whatever you want, any pattern you want. But if you do something like a pattern that's not like Pisces-y, Pisces-ish, Piscean, whatever, then I just say to use the colors. So watercolors, your blues, your greens, maybe some purples in there. Mint evidently is the Pisces power color. But you can either use those colors in whatever pattern you want, or you can make a pattern that is Pisces themed or marine animal themed or marine themed in general, and make a pattern like that. You don't have to do both. It can be either or. Works in progress are allowed as long as they're 50% or less done. Give everybody a fair chance. What else? It's open to all art forms. So any way that you make, anything that you are inspired to create, you can enter it. So if you, like, one of my crafts that I'm doing is actually a block printing, which I'll show you guys later. But you can do block printing, you can do knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, all of the base yarn ones that we do. You can do sewing. You can you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, just be inspired by the Pisces energy. If you want to read up about like the Pisces, Pisces tend to be like those dreamy, ethereal, kind of on another plane, weirdos in the corner. No, but like a lot of those dreamy, creative, woo-woo vibes are words that are used to describe Pisces quite a lot. And I have no problem with that because I feel like I wear that hat very well. But yes, Pisces season make along is underway. Yes. And the last thing in admin, I'm just going to say it real quick. I'm super, super excited about this. Y'all know I have this pattern, right? Called the Gemini shawl. Well, that's the working, that's like what I call it. But the pattern is called Gemini Reborn Above. And I'm really excited because I sent it off for tech editing and I got it back from tech editing and there were no giant glaring mistakes, just some formatting stuff, which made me so happy inside because I was freaking out a little bit. But it has been tech edited, it has been test crocheted, and all I have to do is finish up like these little edits and it'll be ready. I cannot believe that my Gemini shawl is almost ready to release to you guys. And I think the reason that I sat on this shawl for so long, I've had this pattern in the works for probably 2 years. And the reason that I sat on it for so long is because I love the story of Gemini and it's one of my favorite constellations. And when I created this shawl, it encapsulates the story so much to me that I kind of like got attached to it. So now I feel like, oh my gosh, what if you put this shawl out and everybody thinks it's dumb? Then I will be very sad because I am attached, like emotionally attached to this shawl. But I think that you guys will really enjoy it. It is an intermediate pattern. But I would definitely say that like a beginner, maybe like an advanced beginner would be good, would be able to do this. If you can read a crochet pattern and you understand like how to follow the instructions, you should be able to do this pattern without problem. But I'm going to put it as an intermediate pattern just because it does have some non-traditional shaping choices, construction choices. But I'm very, very proud of this pattern and I love it so much. And it is like this close to being ready to go. So excited. I love it. I love it. I'm very... Okay. That was everything for admin. I'm sorry. I'm like talking about that just gave me so much excitement just now. But let's talk about finished objects. And I have one. And of course, it is the Garden State hat by Chanel Wu. Chanel is also the host of the Piper Nell podcast. I did not mention that. I don't think I've ever mentioned that since I've talked about this pattern. But they have a podcast. It is called Piper Nell, and it is pretty awesome. Chanel does a lot of spinning and weaving now. I think they're studying smart textiles, which is freaking amazing. But there's always something to learn when you're watching their podcast, which I think is really, really cool. But Garden State hat, I'm going to say it's heavily modified because it is more lace than intended, more stitches than intended. The decreases worked out perfectly. And yeah, so the only other thing that I did, I think last time I showed you, I was like this far into the decreases, but the only other thing that I did since like tying off the top and Did I weave in ends? Oh, snap, I wove in the ends. The only other thing I did was I added elastic to the ribbing, because since I increased the number of stitches in the brim, did I think I did. Yes, I increased the number of stitches in the brim. It was too big. So I put in the elastic to pull it in, but I don't think I'm going to leave this elastic, because when I put it on, I don't like how it looks. So what I think I'm going to do is probably just cut a piece of like inch wide elastic, like this wide, maybe that long, and just stretch it along the back of the hat. So the part that will be against the back of my neck will have like that little cinch in. And I think that's going to work better than doing it like this. But this is definitely a way that you can assist your ribbing with its snapback. But yeah, I really like the pattern. I really like how the hat fits. What does my hair look like? We're gonna put the hat on. Yeah, see, even with, I look like a chef. Even, what was I saying? With the way that I put this elastic in, it's like cutting into my forehead right here, and I don't like that at all. So I think I am going to change how the elastic is put in. Plus, I feel like I'm about to snap the elastic when I'm trying to shove all of my hair in here. Ooh, there we go. Don't mind this bit. That's my hairband, or my headband that I had on. Pull the ears out. And also, one of the other things that I didn't quite like when I put the elastic in, you can see it right here and right here, because it's like, the elastic is tighter than, the elastic is too small for my head. That's basically what's happening. So, as much energy as it just took to put this hat on, I'm not taking this thing back off. But this is how it looks. I really like it. It does have quite a bit of stretch, which I like. So it will grow with my locks. It will be able to handle freshly twisted locks, which tend to be a lot more down. And also my fluffy locks that tend to be more fluffy. So yes. That is my only finished object, or this is my only finished object for this week. The next section we have are the works in progress. So, yeah, I'm going to split this video. So when I get back from the, where am I going? The farmer's market. When I get back from the farmer's market, we'll pick up with works in progress, maker plans, Kalisha and the Babe, and the stashquisitions. Yeah. Okay. See you guys in a bit. And we're back. Hopefully I was able to insert some pictures that I took at the farmer's market. If not, they'll be at the end. I feel like I'm making promises for future Kalisha that she may not be able to cash in on. We'll see what happens. You may or may not see pictures of the night market. It was cold. We were getting ready to get started with works in progress. Yes. works in progress. So the first work in progress, I'm not going to show you. It's my Celesterium. I finished the chart that I was working on and have moved up to the next chart. And today I just finished the increase round. So there's about 550 stitches on the needles right now. That's a lot. And yeah, so I moved up to a longer needle. I kind of want to get an even longer cord because the needle that they're on right now is an interchangeable ChiaoGoo mini twist, I think they are. But I'm thinking about getting a longer cord. I probably won't. That's probably just a thought that's just going to stay in my brain. But it was quite intense doing that increase round, making sure that I have all of my stitch markers in the right place, all of my end of chart section stitch markers in the right place. But we are ready to go now. And I think there's 50 something rows or rounds in between me and the end of this shawl. The end is near. But I made a poor choice. It's definitely a poor choice because now I know the number. So since the Pisces Make Along is open to whips that are 50% and less, I thought, well, let me see what percentage through this shawl I am. Like, how many stitches have I knit already and how many stitches are yet to be knit. Shouldn't have done that because I had already knit like 18,000 stitches. Yes. And after I calculated up the number of stitches in the round times the number of rounds for the last chart, just the last chart is like something ridiculous, like higher than 30,000 stitches. I don't even understand that insanity. Just crazy. Just crazy sauce. So needless to say, we are less than 50% done with the Celesterium shawl. So I will be continuing to work on that throughout the Pisces season make along. But I will show you guys like when I get further along, because I realize that shawl just looks like navy blue and gold polka dots. So I want to wait until it gets a good chunk of progress before I show it to you guys again. The next work in progress I have is this pair of socks. These socks have been my like work knitting as well as movie knitting, because Lamar and I went to the movies yesterday and I knit on these the whole time. The yarn that I use is the Patons Croy FX. Oh, there's a label here. Patons Croy Sock FX in the Cascade Colors colorway. Now, these are definitely different dye lots because I cannot, for the life of me, figure out what the repeat is. Yeah, they're very different. Like, this one does not have a dark gray like this, but it's fine. They don't even really match. I was working on these at work one day and I happened to put them, like, to take them both out to see how much longer I needed to knit. And I lined up the ribbing and this happened. So this is how long the ribbing was supposed to be on this sock. This is 20 rows or 20 rounds of 2x2 ribbing. And this is 15 rounds. Why I stopped after 15 rounds on this sock? No idea. It's not like I was running out of yarn. Just randomly stopped. And also you will notice that if I line up the ribbing, the garter stitch detail is different because I thought I was supposed to be doing 7 rows in between the purl rows, which is here. This is 7 rows. Well, this and this is 7 rows. These are all 6 rows. So by the time I realized my mistake, I was like, oh well, it's fine. And then I just put another one. So these aren't even. I don't care. It's fine. It's a sock. This is going to be in my pant leg anyway, and they're just to keep my feet warm in these cold, cold Florida days. But so Lamar and I went to the movies last night, and I was knitting on these, and I was almost to the heel of this one. And of course, you know, you can't like count your rows in the middle of a movie theater. So I just took this one out of the bag, held it up like this, and just kind of, you know, eyeballed it. It's fine. It's fine. I just really want this sock to be done because I'm tired of looking at this yarn. And I have yarn in brighter colors that I want to work with. And this is getting very boring very fast. So I am halfway through the short row wrap and turn heel. Just in case anybody wants to know the details, my normal sock recipe for regular fingering weight yarn is a 2.25 millimeter needle, 64 stitches. I do a 2x2 ribbed or 2x2 ribbing, and then the leg and the foot, whatever. The heel I do is a slip. Why do I keep saying slip stitch? I'm just lying to you guys. Just lies. The heel I do is a short row wrap and turn heel. These, since the yarn is a little bit thicker, it's a 2.5 millimeter needle, 60 stitches, still the 2x2 ribbing, leg and foot, whatever, short row wrap and turn heel, and a rounded toe. I always do a rounded toe. That was quite the struggle, guys. I don't know what my deal was with that one, but we made it through in the end. So hopefully that'll be done soon because I'm tired of looking at them. My last work in progress that I have to show you, the last yarny work in progress.
I'm feeling myself.
Do you hear Lamar in the background? He looks really nice today. You want to come show them your outfit? He looks quite handsome today.
Bought this tie today. Had to wear it today.
Oh, look at that handsome man. Look at that handsome
I
man.
like this tie a lot.
It's alright, I guess.
Bought it yesterday. Wore it today.
Can't have nothing new. It's okay.
About
I
to
did
go.
the same thing with this shirt.
This is our sample ballot. Orange County sends us a sample ballot so we can kind of prepare before we go to vote.
Preparation is key, y'all.
Vote. Go vote. Vote for somebody. I'm going to leave it at that. It's the primaries. So, you know, go and vote in your primary for whatever affiliation you have. But vote. Make sure you vote. And vote and pay attention to your local elections.
Thank you for coming to Lamar's TED Talk.
Just saying.
You're making too much background noise.
It's a big ballot thingy. Gotta, you know, city council seats, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
You guys see he just really wants to be on the podcast.
That's just it. I'm feeling myself. All right, I'm gonna. Hi, people. You got some new subscribers. I got you 2 more students today. So if any of them happen to watch, hey, what's up?
If you're one of Mr. Ryan's students,
What's up?
you better study for class.
Thanks for supporting the wife.
Study the math.
You didn't get no extra credit.
I might have a proper blooper section with this mess. My last yarny work in progress is my Just Feel Better shawl. I feel like I need a clever title for this one. Like, I don't know, something having to do with textures. Because this is the one that has all the different white yarns. And I actually worked on it this week. It is a little bit bigger. It's probably not going to look any bigger. Oh no, it looks a little bit bigger. So, this is, look how wrinkly that is. Because all of the different weights of yarn that I'm using. I'm going to have to do some serious blocking. And since most of this is acrylic, that means I will be hovering a steam iron over it, puffing it with steam and stretching it out to where I want it to be. So this is a pattern by yours truly. It is the Just Feel Better shawl, which is a triangular shawl that features the granny stitch, because the granny stitch makes me feel good on the inside. And I am using a ton of thrifted yarns and one yarn that was not thrifted. I just bought it for the texture. But this is what we're working with. It's like a big fuzzy snowball. The biggest difference this in the progress I've done so far is here. Yeah. So this is worked in the granny stitch. So typically when you do granny clusters, it's 3 double crochet in like the same spot. But since this yarn is so thick and this yarn I'm holding double, when I worked it down here with the 3 stitches, it just was too thick. Like it was too big. It was throwing off the shape. So what I did was you can't see that. I dropped down to 2 stitches for these 2 yarns. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'll have to see how it works out because this isn't in the shawl yet. But this one is being held double. I'm going to use only 2 double crochets in my granny clusters with this. Same thing with this one, 2 double crochets in the clusters. And then all of these are regular worsted weight acrylic, so they could be 3 double crochets as usual. And then this one I'll figure out, like once I see how it works up. My leg has gone all the way numb. But yeah, I am enjoying working on this just because of how many different textures are coming across in it. Like, this is going to be quietly funky. And I think it's going to be nice. If anything, it will definitely give me something to pet absent-mindedly. Because this section right here, these 2 yarns together are so soft. So fluffy. So yeah. The Just Feel Better shawl pattern was originally written to use fingering weight. But I'm not doing that. So I'm working it up with a 6mm crochet hook. So all of that is living in this bag, and whenever I feel like it, I just pull it out, work on it a little bit, and then toss it back next to the bed, which is where it's been living. So those are all of my yarny works in progress. I have one more work in progress, which is the block print that I mentioned earlier. And this is my first like project specifically for the Pisces season make along. So first I'm going to show you the inspiration, then I'm going to show you the design, and then I'm going to show you the block. Okay, so this is the picture that I'm working from. This is a photo that my friend Henry took of me when we went to the beach one day last summer. I had, like, he and a bunch of our friends had gone to the beach, and I was at church because I think they had to sing in the choir or something like that. So after church was over, I went straight to the beach. And my initial plan was to stop home and like, you know, get your beach clothes and swimsuit. But when I got out of church, I got out a little bit later than I planned or than I had wanted to. So I ended up going straight to the beach. And it ended up being a really interesting experience for me. Just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like growing up, we had church clothes. And you don't play in your church clothes. They're only for wearing into church. They're special clothes, you know, like holy clothes. Not holy clothes, but like special clothes that you just don't do whatever in. So for me, being at the beach in my church clothes felt wrong. And it wasn't even like a specific church dress. Like that dress is just a regular dress that I've worn other places, but because it was Sabbath and I went to church in this dress and now I'm at the beach in this dress, it just felt wrong to me for some reason. So of course I start thinking about that and I'm like analyzing it in my head, thinking about like my relationship to clothes, my relationship to how to keep the Sabbath, like different things like that, because a lot of like more conservative Adventists will say like that you're not supposed to do things like go to the beach on the Sabbath. And I'm like, why? So, but, you know, to each their own with what feels appropriate for keeping the Sabbath. So basically, I came to a point where I was standing on the beach in the sand and I was just like, I really want to be in the water because your girl is a total water baby. Total. And I feel so much peace when I'm like in the ocean, in bodies of water. I feel very much at peace. And I just walked out into the water. And this particular moment when I was standing out there, like nobody else was in the water. Everybody was kind of having like a conversation back on the beach. And I was just standing there thinking and like feeling the water and just kind of meditating in that moment. And I started crying. It was just like something shifted and it felt so good. And I just felt very much at peace, very much okay in that moment. So this picture is very special to me. It actually sits on like the desk where I have like all of my crafting stuff so that I can see it on a regular basis. And that's the inspiration that I use for my block print. So what I did was I printed it out in black and white, and then I traced over it with a Sharpie so that I could have thick lines. And then, yeah, you can see the scribbling. So the scribbling is just a regular pencil that I use to transfer the image onto the block. So I got this at Hobby Lobby when they randomly put them all on clearance. So this was like 69 cents and it was regularly $2.79. So okay, whatever. So I traced it on here and went over all of the lines with my Sharpie. So I'm thinking these are the lines that are going to be in the block print. Now I need to figure out what parts I want to be, you know, the ink, like what parts I want to be black and what parts I want to be white. So, or better yet, what parts do I want to be inked and what parts do I want not to be inked, so that I can figure out how to best carve this. So that's the point where we're at. I'm really excited about it. I think maybe I want to do something else like down here to really make this look like a little bit more watery. But I think I did a good job, right? Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this because it's not like one of those prints or one of those images that you can do repeated and make like fabric out of it or anything. This is like a picture. That's it. So I don't know, but I'm really excited about it. I'm very happy that I went with this picture and I can't wait to see how everything progresses. Fingers crossed. So those are all of my my works in progress. I do have a maker plan which crosses over into Kalisha and the Babe. So first, my Kalisha and the Babe project is done. My Kalisha and the Babe, actually no, that's not even the name of the project. The name of the project is the Rainbow Riot Spin for the Love of Spinning 2020. And I haven't posted finished pictures of these just because, you know, I wanted you guys to be the first ones to see it. But the Rainbow Riot fiber was, I think it's acrylic and polyamide. Oh, why am I guessing? It's on the label. It's 65% acrylic and 35% polyamide. And it was the showstopper yarn that's available at Hobby Lobby. So I had a total of about 275-ish grams, and I spun all of it. And here are the finished skeins. Look at it. That pink definitely took over. So I will try to put a picture, not try because I have one on Instagram. I'll put a picture here of the like roving before I finish spinning it. And this is how they spun up. This one is 126 grams, which came out to 191 yards. And then this one is 155 grams, which came out to 269 yards. So that gave me like 360 yards. So I have 360 yards of a worsted weight, I'm going to guess. Worsted, heavy DK to worsted, or like light worsted / worsted weight yarn. And I'm really excited about that. Look at those colors. I cannot wait to work with this. So the maker plan that goes along with this is another project from my Make 9, my 9 Little Words Make 9. And I think I'm going to use this as one of the colors in a ritual shawl. The ritual shawl is a pattern by Marceline Smith, who is Hey Brownberry here and on Instagram. The ritual shawl is a triangular shawl. I think there's eyelets in it. It's mainly stockinette with, I think there's some garter detail, some eyelets, and then a awesome lace border. So what I need to figure out is what yarn to pair this with. That could be a little bit difficult, considering that I'm not making the whole thing out of my hand spun. I mean, I could, but I don't know. I do have some more showstopper yarn, or showstopper fiber in my stash. I have some that's like a cream, and then I have some that's like a light tan. So maybe I'll just run it around in my head a little bit and see if I want to spin some more, like spin another skein. Maybe like do another 150 grams of one of the solid colors to use, and do this as the body and then the solid color as the lace. Thoughts? But yes, I'm very proud of this. I didn't set this or anything. Typically when you spin, you soak your yarn and like snap it so that the fiber, the yarn or the twist or whatever relaxes. This is acrylic, so soaking it is going to do a whole lot of nothing. So what I think I'm going to do when I get ready to use this, I'm going to hang them up, like maybe put a weight on the bottom and then steam it. And that'll let the fibers relax. And then wherever they relax to is where they're going to stay, because acrylic is basically plastic. And yeah, but I'm very, very proud of this spin. Yeah. But that's the only thing I have for maker plans, that ritual shawl. So I'll have to figure out what the plan is, what the real maker plan is for that. The word that I've attached to the ritual shawl, what was it? Peace? Let's find out. Persist, which is my word of the year. So the reason that I attached persist to the ritual shawl is because Mars was saying how with the ritual shawl she wanted to create something that, you know, was a ritual, was something that you can work on for like as a practice. And that lines up with the idea of persisting with something to me. So I will be thinking about things that I want to encourage myself to continue persisting, to continue like working at and working through whilst I work on that pattern. Yeah. So that was Maker Plans and Kalisha and the Babe. So that just leaves us with Stash Positions and Life and Whatnot, which kind of blend together. So, well, let me show you this one stash position that doesn't go with Life and Whatnot. So I ordered these Progress Keepers from Black Pearl Magic, and that's Shayla. And they are little glass globes with stars. My hand looks so weird like this, but they have like star glitter inside. And I have 2 for myself, and I ordered another set, which I split. So they are going to go into the prize pool for, or the prize pack for the Pisces season make along. So like I said, last week I'm planning to have 2 winners. One from Instagram and one from Ravelry for the Pisces season make along. And each one of them will get one of these little Progress Keepers. And she also sent me a couple of her stickers. So there will be, I think I have one of these stickers and another sticker from her that are going in the prize pack as well. But I was very excited when those came in the mail. They're really, really cute. And now that I've shown them to you, I can use them. Yes. So, Life and Whatnot / Stash Positions. This past Monday was my birthday. Yay! And I am now 34 years old. And as a lot of fibery people tend to do, when it's a gifty kind of day, we get ourselves yarn. And that's what I did. And also, all of the yarn that I'm going to show you was on sale. I got most of this from Blueprint. I think it's blueprint.com. They had a flash sale of 50% off of everything. So I was like, ooh. And then I have one skein of yarn that I got from my local yarn shop because they send out a 15% coupon, a 15% off your purchase coupon. So I'll show you that one first. This is the Copper Corgi, and the colorway, I have no idea what this says. Leishmere? Why am I holding it to you like you can see it? Leishmere? I have no idea what that says. I'm sure I could figure it out with a little bit of Googling. But this is Savannah Sock, 100% superwash merino, 460 yards to 115 grams. And this is what that beautiful colorway looks like. Yep. So it's like a dark blue-green, kind of like blues and greens and blacks just mixed in here. Like, ugh. I almost didn't get this because it was on the shelf in the very back. I think My yarn shop has this section where everything is called windy wound. So I don't know what that is, but all of them were wound into cakes, and it was, various different brands. And I never tried the copper corgi. I've seen their work a couple times at different yarn shops down here, but I've never used any. So with my birthday discount, I got this. So check out that beautiful color. Let's see. No, not helping? Okay. It's coming up more yellow on the screen. It's definitely a more like a cooler blue-green, just kind of swampy with a little bit of clear blue water in it. Like a clean swamp. Who has ever described a ball of yarn as a clean swamp? Just saying. So I got that. And then from Blueprint, I wanted to kind of boost up my solid color sock stash, because I have quite a bit of variegated yarns and things, but the solid colors for like heels, toes, and cuffs and just solid color socks, I don't have. So I got this one. This is the Merino Superwash Sock Twist in the Maize Heather colorway. It is 80% superwash merino and 20% polyamide. 467 yards to 100 grams. So really nice yellow. I love me some yellow. And then they also had Cascade Heritage socks, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Nice little purple, because I actually don't have any solid purple right now. I had one skein of solid purple sock yarn. And then I got these. These are Highland Superwash Sock Twists. They're 50-gram hanks, and it's 178 yards per 50 grams. And 80% superwash fine Highland wool, 20% polyamide. I knit my Pebbles and Pathway socks by Mars out of this yarn, and I really like it. They've worn really well. So when I saw that, 50% off, I think these regular price were like $6. So $3 for each one of these. So of course I got a whole rainbow. And let me show you the colors. So first we have Petal, Burgundy, and Autumn Heather. So Petal, Burgundy, Autumn Heather. Then we have Maize Heather, Citrus Green, Caribbean, and Plum Heather. I got a rainbow. Part of me wants to use all of these in one project and do something rainbow themed, but part of me also does not. So, who knows what will happen. There they are. Yeah. So that's everything that I got from Blueprint, which also used to be Craftsy, I believe. But that is everything from Stashquisitions. Let me see if there's anything in this bag that I want to show you. Nope. That's everything. I guess for Life and Whatnot, I'll tell you guys about my birthday. My birthday was this past Monday. That was February 24th. Like I said, I turned 34. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my photo an hour that I did for the day. Just taking one photo every hour throughout the day. I did go to work. I worked almost my whole shift. I think I left about 1 or 2 hours early. And it was a beautiful day. Really, really beautiful. Like sunshine, puffy white clouds, blue sky. It was gorgeous. Beautiful texture, temperature outside, just a really, really good day. And my coworkers decorated my desk. I almost cried. We went out to lunch for my birthday and they sang happy birthday to me and I almost cried. While we were sitting there eating our lunch, I told them, I said, thank you so much for, taking me out for a birthday lunch. I really appreciate that. And they were like, yeah, we're so happy that you're a part of our team. And I almost cried. You guys kind of get the gist. Kalisha almost cried a lot during her birthday. But it just feels really good to be in a place where I am very happy. Not to say that I wasn't happy like at the studio. I was happy with the people. It was just the job that wasn't kind to me. But I do miss my studio fam. But so I went to the yarn shop after I got off work. And then Saturday night, Lamar and I went, Monday night, Lamar and I went out for pizza. And we went to like this random little New York style pizza place and got margarita pizza, which is one of our favorites. And then that's it. We just sat at home, watched some stand-up comedy. That was really it. It was a very low-key birthday, but a good birthday. And then I was like, oh man, I feel like my birthday is over too soon. So I'm just going to keep celebrating it until the end of the month. So I did that. And I mean, I haven't been doing anything like crazy big, as I'm celebrating my birthday longer. I just left the decorations up at work. Oh, speaking of things at work, Lamar also sent me a bouquet of flowers, which were really, really pretty. And, you can tell that I'm really like active on social media because when I got off work and I called him, he was like, did you get the flowers? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, you didn't post about it on Instagram. I didn't see them on Instagram. So I had to tell him, I'm working on a post. I'm doing a post or a picture an hour and I can't spoil it. So he was like, oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, it was a really nice birthday. This weekend Sunday, we're going to go out to dinner with the whole family. So I'll have my birthday dinner on Sunday and I'm really excited about that. And yeah, that's it. I FaceTimed with my mom and my dad. I had long conversations with both of my brothers. I got to chat with a bunch of friends that called. My best friend had her son say happy birthday to me, and he's 3 now. So he's got this, the tiny little kid voice. And he started singing happy birthday to me, and I cried my eyeballs out. Just ugly crying. And she was like, Kalisha, are you okay? I was like, yes, it's just so sweet. Tears, 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 tears. But it was really good to get to talk to her and to hear his voice and, just touch base with so many people that care about me and in my life. And yeah, so it was also my mom's birthday. We do share a birthday, which I think is really, really cool. So she and I, of course, chatted a couple times, and she sent me pictures of her cake and her bouquets of flowers that she got at work. And yeah, and I put up a post for her on Instagram and then sent her the link so she could see like whoever was commenting happy birthday to her as well, which is really nice. But yeah, that's everything, guys. I am going to put away all of this new yarn. It's very nice. I'm so excited. But yeah, so that's everything. I am going to clean up the room, get ready for bed, and that's it. So, thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want, definitely share a positive moment or a bright spot, something like that in the comments. Also, if it's like your first time here, take a look at the comment section. I love to encourage people to share their positive experiences so that you can I want to create the culture of having access to good things, like if you want to see like what are the good things that are happening to people around me, you can check out the comment section. That's the kind of space that I want to cultivate here. So yeah, if you want to leave a bright spot, definitely do that. Let me know if you want me to share it on the next podcast. I try to share about 3 if I can. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for being a part of my universe. Thank you for being here, for hanging out, for sharing this space with me, for brightening this space with me. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.